Fexy Media was an idea that my wife Lisa and I created about a year ago, that we started thinking about what we wanted to do next, and partnered with a guy named Ben Sternberg, who the three of us said, as we looked at the media space, we've been in categories that are, typical lifestyle categories like the food space, health, fitness, etc., and decided that there was an opportunity to create a roll-up strategy where we acquire a set of brands in these types of categories and really center on digital video. With, I think it's by 2018, 85% of web's content is going to be digital video. And so we really feel like there's an opportunity in these how-to instructional spaces to create a great set of consumer brands for the millennial audience.
So tell us about, just for folks, you guys have a big background, Lisa particularly in
Yes.
food. Coming out of All Recipes, a huge exit. What's next in food
Yes.
and food video, and how do you guys think you're going to kind of succeed in what is a fairly well-established sector?
Right. So yes, Lisa was CEO of All Recipes for about 6 years, and she took that company from initially a relatively small site that wasn't profitable, built it up into the world's largest digital food property with sites all around the world, and then sold it to Meredith Corporation in 2013 for $175 million. So through that, and I was also in food-related, the fitness side of the food industry with a company called Kinetics Living. And so we've both looked at that industry and said, there's a lot of players and there is a lot of competition, but we feel like there's an opportunity to really build brands that center on digital video that are specifically engineered for the millennial audience. And so with our acquisition that we announced just this week with SeriousEats, which is one of the largest digital food properties, independent digital food properties in the food space that really caters to that millennial audience, we felt like that is a great place to start as a centerpiece in the portfolio. We've also acquired RoadFood, which is Jane and Michael Stern's brand that they've been doing for 40 years now. They've really pioneered the whole get out on the road and discover a great regional culture through local dishes. And so they like to say it's roll up your sleeves food, where they meet, pit bosses at barbecue pits and diners and dives. They're the originals for that. And so we met the Sterns many years ago and became friends with them and have been fashioning a relaunch of that brand. And so we're going to be taking that brand to a whole new generation of an audience, infusing digital video, and really building out a much more robust digital version of RoadFood. We're backed by a company called Tritium Partners in Austin, Texas. And Tritium is a fund that came out of Austin Ventures. They specialize in the roll-up model. A couple of their big deals were HomeAway. They were the original backers of HomeAway, also the original backers of Retail Me Not. And so we've really pattern matched that off of an investment. They're a growth investment company, so we typically are looking for profitable, growing businesses that we're adding to the portfolio. And so from a roadmap perspective, Fexy's really organized into three main buckets. Fexy Brands, which is our portfolio of consumer-facing brands. And we have about 10 million uniques and probably 7 or 8 digital properties right now in the brand portfolio. Fexy Studios, which is our digital video production capabilities, and we bought a company out of Washington, D.C. that's been in the how-to instructional video space for 8 or 9 years now, and really has a great competency in expert-driven content. And then the third bucket is Fexy Labs, which is our technology arm. We really feel like in today's world, that next generation media company really has to be really has to understand business analytics and have proprietary technology that can both help their brands in their go-to-market strategy, as well as our advertising clients in our ad products and intelligence reports that we can offer them. We are based in Seattle, and so corporate is relatively light in our model. Our companies are scattered all around the country and ultimately potentially the world, and we really are when we acquire a company, we're looking for teams that know what they're doing, they're on the right path, and we almost call it a servant-based leadership model, bottoms up, where we have a number of capabilities like direct sales, ad operations, business analytics, social content technology that we can offer as support to these companies, and so we can offer and invest in those businesses. In terms of what we're looking for next, we continue to build out the portfolio in and around the kitchen table, we call it. We center on the food category right now, and we're building out a fairly robust set of brands in that space. But we also are, just like your typical family kitchen table where you plan your personal finances, we've got a personal finance site, you parent, we have a parenting site called Daily Parent, et cetera. And so we kind of center off of that. Digital video is obviously a big focus for us, so we are continuing to look for more video capabilities and creators and content providers that focus and specialize in digital video in these how-to instructional spaces.
And then the companies you're acquiring, so they're maintaining their own brands. Is Fexy kind of an operational holding company?
Yeah. Fexy's a B2B brand. So my job is to build Fexy as a Madison Avenue advertising company, and really increasingly add tech on our social content marketing platform. And then the brands, the portfolio brands that we acquire, a big part of our strategy is to invest in those brands and really help them grow their brands to as big of an audience as they can. And so they will remain, as Serious Eats will remain Serious Eats and continue to do what it does. RoadFood similarly, Relish, et cetera. All of our properties will continue to invest in them and grow them.